The story revolves around a teenager named Dawn, a spokesperson for a Christian abstinence group called The Promise. Dawn attends the group with her two friends, Alicia and Phil. On several occasions at home, she overheard her stepbrother Brad and his girlfriend Melanie arguing about Brad's refusal to engage in vaginal intercourse with her. On another meeting with her group, Dawn is introduced to Toby after giving a speech about the purity ring which is worn by every member. She finds Toby is attractive and the four begin going out as a group. After acknowledging their attraction to each other, they come to an agreement that they cannot spend time together even though Dawn has fantasies about marrying Toby. But after a while they give in and decided to meet at a local swimming hole. They spend time swimming together, and after that they go into a cave to warm themselves and begin kissing. Dawn becomes uncomfortable and tries to get off from Toby, but Toby ignores her and becomes more aggressive. Seeing Toby's behavior, Dawn panics and tries to push him off, but Toby pushes her and smacks her head on the ground, dazing her and takes the opportunity to penetrate her. However, Dawn fights back and unconsciously bites off his penis with her vagina. Dawn was horrified, clueless and flees the scene, leaving Toby alone. In the next scene after the Promise meeting, Dawn meets her classmate Ryan at a dance. They talk, becomes comfortable with each other, and later he drops her off at her home. After that, Dawn goes back to the swimming hole. She sees a freshwater crab crawling on Toby's penis, screams and drops her purity ring off a cliff. When she got back home, she began to research about Vagina Dentata and realizes that she may have it. She decided to visit a gynecologist to find out what is wrong with her. However, to her dismay, the doctor assaults her by reaching up inside her without a glove. Again she panics and automatically her vagina bites off 4 fingers on his right hand. She cycles back home and saw several police vehicles pass her. So she decides to go back to investigate and sees the police bringing up Toby's body, which they presumed died of shock in the water. When Dawn comes home, she finds her ill mother collapses on the floor, while Brad and his girlfriend are seen in his room having sex. Her mother is taken to the hospital and she goes to seek help from Ryan. She follows Ryan to his place and Ryan took the opportunity by giving her sedative and masturbates her with a vibrator. She is afraid that she will hurt him initially, but she finds out that when she is relaxed and consenting, her teeth do not engage. The next morning they have sex again, but in the middle Ryan's friend calls. He boasts that he and his friend had bet on whether he could score with Dawn. She becomes angry and her vagina bites off his penis, leaving him to call his mother for help. Meanwhile, in another scene, Dawn's stepfather Bill attempts to throw Brad out, but Brad sets his dog on Bill and confesses his love for Dawn. Upon her mother's death, Dawn meets her stepfather and Melanie at the hospital. She sees her stepfather hurt and Melanie told how Brad told her to ignore her mother's cries for help earlier. Hearing this, she becomes angered and goes back home to seek revenge. She goes to seduce her stepbrother and in the middle of the act, Brad recalls when they were still a kid, Dawn bit his finger, but something else has bit him, not her mouth. As he realizes this, Dawn's vagina bites off his penis and she drops it on the ground. Brad calls his dog to bite her, but instead the dog eats it, and spitting out the pierced glands. Dawn leaves him and cycles away from home, but suddenly her bike's tire puncture, so she decides hitchhiking. She then gets a lift from an old man and soon falls asleep after riding for several hours. She wakes up after nightfall at a gas station and when she tries to get out, the old man locks the doors. He licks his lips as a sign for a sexual favor, but Dawn hesitates, but then looks towards the camera, and turns to the old man with a seductive smile. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy the story, please support this channel by subscribing, click the like button, and turn on the notification bell.